Let's talk about this topic because I've seen a lot of comments. I've gotten a lot of messages. Oh, I'd like to go into dog breeding. Can you mentor me? Can you teach me? So what I did was, okay, why not create a separate video where you would have to talk about these things in a well detailed and comprehensive manner, and that's why I'm making this video. So we may not have all these settings where you see, oh, I'll be putting some images or putting some write-up. No, as soon as I'm done with the video, I upload for membership. So only those that are in the membership category can get access to this information. Now, the thing a lot of people do is, because they see or they hear how much people make from breeding, they just jump into it. They believe dog is dog. So if this person is making money from this dog, I can also make money from this other dog. That is what some will feel like. While others will say, oh, this person, he said he made 7 million naira, and what he has is Rottweiler or this particular breed. I will go and get it and I'll start. You guess what? If you start this way, the chances of you failing is 98.9% because you didn't do your homework. So I'm going to give you a blueprint that will definitely set you in the path of success or on the path of success. So the first thing is this: before you decide, oh, I want to have a dog, you need to look out for the breeds. Why do you need that dog? First, do you love the dog? Are you passionate? Do you love dogs? Are you passionate about dogs? This question, people don't ask it every time, but trust me, it is very important. Along the video, as soon as we go on, you get the reason why I'm saying it is very much underrated. So if you stay with a landlord or you're a tenant, then you must be very careful. I will suggest, if you're still with you have neighbors, I will suggest you get toy breeds. That is, if you can handle the care, because their hairs can tangle. It is very easy for their hairs to tangle, so you have to be very consistent in grooming them. And trust me, they are very intelligent, very smart and loyal. Great companion, those ones. But if you say, okay, I have 2 million naira, I want to start this business, what do I do? Now, the first question is, do you love dogs? If the answer is no, please move ahead. We are going to be talking about rabbitry. I will get to interview some of these successful farmers that you can learn from and start going into those fields. But if you don't love dogs, please move forward. Or maybe, and if you don't love dogs and you want to really get in, then you have to start little by little. Get maybe an Ekuke or a Lhasa or something and start taking care of them. That the love can click or grow before you move into something else. You understand? Now back to the person who loves dogs. Then you start looking out for breeds. Every breed you see in the world today, over 300 of them, we are bred for a particular purpose. The Rottweiler was bred as a herding dog. Like they help butchers to take meat from the butcher room to the market. They were also used as guard dogs and so on. Bull mastiffs were bred to pin down intruders. So the bull mastiff is naturally not an aggressive dog. They are calm. In fact, I don't know between them and the English mastiff which one is calmer. The German Shepherd dog was bred to be a working dog breed. They worked with the security agencies, with the blind. They work name every sphere of life that a dog can function. Those dogs can work. That breed can work in there. The Lhasa was bred by in the Tibet region by Tibet monks to help while they are focused on their worship or in the temple. These dogs will watch around. So the list is endless. So what you want to do is, if what you do is, I like Rottweilers, I want you to go online and search, look out for the history, read about it, know about the breed. Then the second thing you need to do is what? The breed standard. Download it. You can put Rottweiler FCI, German Shepherd FCI also, and read. Make sure you know about the breed standard of the breed you want to go into first. After the history, read the breed standard. Then you can now have an idea what a perfect Rottweiler or breed you love should look like. Yes, there are no perfect dog breed, but the better they are, the closer they are to the standard. So after doing that, now you have your money, you want to get one. You reach out to maybe a reputable breeder or a kennel club or a breed club. So far in Nigeria, we have some new clubs have came out. We have one for GSD, we have one for Rottweilers, we have one for Borbos. We have quite a few of them. So reach out to these people, and if while you're scrolling, maybe on Instagram, on Facebook, you happen to see someone advertise, then you will now get in touch with them. So, okay, bro, I like this your dog. Can I see, is this a purebred dog? If he says yes, you say, okay, let me have the pedigree details of the dog. When he gives you the pedigree details of the dog, what you now do is go through the parents, look out for the records, the health test the parents went through, their awards or titles they won, the records and so on. That records gives you a clue about the bloodline you're getting from. So let me give you an example. If you check the pedigree of a dog and you see that the father was a two-time champion, five-time champion, if it were to be in some of these dog sports, blood sports guys, 3-time champion, 5-time champion, and so you get to know. Now these titles, these names, this test and so on are to tell you that, for this dog's father to win in this thing, that means the potential of this dog winning in tough situation is very high. Okay, let me check the mother. The mother also is titled, has some of these things, gone through this test. That means what I'm getting can now also function in that capacity. That's what it gives you. But if the pedigree details you're getting, you check, there are no tests, no they didn't pass anything, no title, no award, nothing, then you don't even know the capacity, or you can't even predict the capacity of your puppy. That is why pedigree details are very, very important. You understand? So check the pedigree details, look out for the titles and all those things, and if you're okay with it, then you move on to verification of that pedigree details. That's where the kennel clubs come in. So you can verify them. If you're a member of a breed club, you can do that. If you're a member of a kennel club, you can do that. Even if you're a member of a state kennel club, there is a way they can find out. You reach out to a kennel club, they can help you reach out to these other guys in these clubs. Then they will help you out with some of the information to confirm. Sometimes they may even have to contact the breeder directly, make some inquiry. Yes, because trust me, a lot of people have been scammed. Yes. So the next, after you've gone through the pedigree details. Remember, I've told you how to go through a pedigree details. The more you go, the better you begin to understand. But look out for how rich the parents are, the details of the parents are. So if your father or you want to make an adoption, you want to adopt a baby, and you're giving the pedigree details of that baby, and you see that the mother was a 2-time heavyweight champion women's boxing, the father of the baby was a 5-time heavyweight boxing champion, WBC champion, who defeated Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson and everybody, Lennox Lewis and so on, Joe Frazier, and now that's those parents. You check the parents of the baby, you check the grandparents of the baby, the parents were both fighters too. That will give you an indication that this baby is going to be a very strong boy when he grows up. That's how pedigree works. But now, the pedigree is one thing, but environment can influence this baby. You understand? So I will also get in there. So let's move on. After you've gotten the puppy, you've verified the details, you've done everything, then you now look out for the housing. I will not recommend you get crate, because I don't personally I don't like that. If I want to do something for my dogs, I do something that I can walk in, move around, they can stand too. That's my standard. I know a lot of people go for crates. You can get those crates 70, 80, and if you want to construct something, then you can do something. Make sure the air ventilation is top on that list. The dogs have access to enough air. Very, very important. And if you know you're using crate, don't put them in between something where maybe a wall or fence or something where they can only get air once in a while. Please don't also put them in expose them where if it's very, very sunny, the rods will be hot for them. Very important. Then after accommodation, you've put that into consideration. Accommodation will take you, give or take, 80k. Vaccination will take you, give or take, 60k, because the last puppy I got, vaccination per injection was 15,000 naira. I know there are vets that would have taken 10k, but I was looking out for standard, because a lot of vets do not store these vaccines properly. And you know, when these vaccines, the chain is broken, the vaccine is as good as useless, good as nothing. So that was why I went there. So after vaccine, in looking out for a vet, make sure you go for a professional. Don't just go for anybody. After the vaccination, you look at feeding. Now, I will not push hard on this feeding, but I will recommend you just 2 brands for you: Optimax and Booster. I've used Optimax. I used Optimax in raising some of my puppies. I've seen people use Booster or Diamond. You can use Diamond too, although Diamond is quite pricey. But when it comes to price, Optimax and Booster, they are within the same range. So, and their quality is very good too. So Royal Canine is very, very good. Taste of White, very, very good, but then they are on the high side. Good. You can also try Jojo. They are also doing very well. Now, if you can budget around 500,000 naira, that should be able to cover at least 6 months of dog food. At least. Now, let me also tell you another thing. You know, why puppies are growing, they need a lot of protein. So you may not rely on the kibbles alone. Some people give every day 1 egg. 1 egg. They buy in crates, store, and give eggs. Why, for me, I may not be consistent with the egg. What I do is I go to the market or visit poultry farms. When they are done dressing their chicken for brands like Chicken Republic, Kilimanjaro, The Promise, and so on, they leave the head, the neck, the feet, the gizzard, intestine, liver, kidney, and so on. Then I go buy these things, wash them, store them in a freezer. While they are being stored in the freezer, it can last for as much as 3 weeks over. Whenever you want to use, you take some, work and use. If you don't have the capacity to go for these ones on the farm, because farms are usually cheaper, per kilo is around 550 naira, some 400, some maybe more. But if you go to the market, they sell it 1,002 for just one chicken part, like one fowl. This is a fowl now. After they've divided the fowl, taking the legs and shared all that part, the head, neck, leg, intestine, gizzard, and all those things, they'll sell it for 1,2 in the market. So I believe poultries can be very easy. So just look out for a poultry, especially those into broilers. Look out for them, and then you're good to go. If you work with the poultry guys, you have good storage system, you're going to have a lot of food that will even take you up to 9 months. Now you have 2 million, remember, 2 million naira. So the cost of the puppy, quality puppy, is anywhere from 1 million naira at least. Or you may find someone who will be very considerate to do 800k. So vaccination will take about 60,000, accommodation will take about 60,000 or 80k. Then feeding can take up to 500k for 6 months or more. So with 2 million naira, you can conveniently start up your breeding program. Conveniently. So this is a step-by-step guide. I had to make this thing so that whoever will be watching this video would have little to no questions about how do I start. You understand? That's why I'm not going to be doing any typo or any typographic stuffs and date. No. You listen and know where you want to start from. And I will also warn, when you're looking out for a quality dog, don't fall for anybody online. Please don't fall for anybody online. No matter how sweet that person sounds or professional the person sounds, except you've confirmed, don't fall for anybody. And if you're go for quality is usually expensive. You get mixed Lassas for 150k, 200. You will never get a quality pedigree Lassa for that price. They are between 600k, 500k and above. Yes, 550 and above. So always have enough money when you're looking out for quality. Any dog you're getting 400, 350, 450, the possibility that that dog is a purebred is very slim. In fact, that's not a purebred dog. For you to have purebred dogs, you need to budget at least 800, 700k and above. That's it. So I will stop here. If you're a member of this channel and you went through this video and you still have some questions, I'm here for you. Feel free to ask your questions and I will make a detailed video answering your question. Thank you.